Hey, you guys, how are you? We are getting ready to get started. I want to make sure you can see and hear me. So just say hi and let me know that you're here. There's a few things I want to go over real quick. If it gets glitchy or blurry or anything weird's happening, sometimes it happens, but just hit the refresh button and everything will be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a minute. We're just waiting for more people to file in. And then we're going to go ahead and dive in. I am from Nashville. I'm right outside the city. Where are you from? I'd love to know. It's so fun to see where everybody stops what they're doing, comes in for an hour, and we all get to kind of hang out, which is really cool. There's a few things we're going to be going over today. I'm going to show you all in a minute. So let me get a few things activated, and we are going to dive in. So let's see. I put a button up in the corner of your screen. It's just going to show you more about our program, which we're going to talk about at the end. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the slides. I know we all have a lot going on. I'm so glad you're investing an hour of your time with me because we have a lot to talk about. Some of you might be coming here again. We had a workshop earlier. And some of you might be brand new. So we have a lot to talk about. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box. Jessica, one of our amazing PVA All-Stars, I don't know what I would do without her. She is here today and she is going to be helping answer your questions and filtering questions to me that I can help answer as we go through. So let me pull up my slides and we are going to go. I have so much to talk about, you guys. We are going to talk about today how to make 2,000 to 10,000 plus in monthly income as a Pinterest virtual assistant. I love, love, love this. So I have a lot to share. So let's go ahead, put this in. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Kristin. I have on the same cardigan as I do in this picture. I help women launch a Pinterest VA business, right? I help you launch from the very beginning. And then I help you grow and scale to a 5-figure monthly income as a Pinterest expert. So I help you from the beginning all the way up until we hit your goals of a 5-figure monthly income. I love it. It makes me so happy. We have a chat box, which you guys might have figured out. Don't be shy. I can't see you, but you can see me. Definitely say hi. Let us know where you're from. I love that we have people from Vegas, San Fran, Colombia. I love this so much. Everyone is just all connected. It feels so nice. So let's go ahead and dive in. I know why you're here. You're here because you are ready for a change, and I want to let you know that anything is possible, but especially as a Pinterest VA. Here's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to go over some case studies. I want you to see some real-life examples of people crushing it, how I got my start, how I went from $0 a month to 5-figure income, real-life examples of services and products that you can offer, what's inside our program. I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what it looks like. And then I'm going to go over the 3 different tiers we have of our program, Become a Pinterest VA today. In the past, we had 2 different offerings and one that was kind of hidden. But today we've streamlined, cleared it up, and I want you guys to see everything we have at your disposal. First, I want to talk about you and your personality, right? And I'm showing you these different types of people because I feel like I'm every single one of them at some point in my life or business. Now, this is a lot of us. Maybe you are a 9-to-5 side hustler and you're like, enough is enough. Let's make a change. Maybe you work a full-time job. Yes. Maybe you even had a side hustle in your spare time for extra income. Yes. You can pay the bills. You can work on paying off some debt. You can maybe go on a vacation, but money is tight. It is really it's a thin line, right? Between having extra money and then being oh no, what if an emergency comes up and I have to go pay a bill? I have been there. I know what it's like to have a 9-to-5 job and feel like maybe you're secure, but are you really secure? So that has totally been me in the past. I've also reached my peak salary earnings when I was at my day job. I was an interior architect and designer. I'd been in my field for 10 years and it was really it stunk. I was reaching the max of what I could be making. And I was like, okay, this is my paycheck for the rest of my life. This isn't good enough. So I wanted to replace my income. So if you are all these things, sign off in the chat box and let me know because this 9-to-5 hustle, side hustle mode, work life is really, really hard, right? Especially if you've been doing it for a long time. Or I know some of you who are here are freelancers already. You might have already started your own little side business. You might have something going on. But the problem is, like, you're just not making enough money still. You might be charging an hourly rate, which I don't recommend, but you might be making like some money this month, but not enough the next month. It's not really reliable. It's not really predictable. I get it. I think if you're starting your own business, you're going to be in this beginning cycle, but we need to get you out of that real fast and get you into like something more predictable, right? So we need to get out of this brand new freelancer mode way of thinking and like change the way we do things. Fluctuating income. Have you ever had like a full-time job and then like on top of that a part-time job, and now like your money's going up, money's going down, and it's like all over the place? When I was at my day job, I took a part-time job. It was at this mall, but it was like furniture, and I still shop there today because I love it. It's C&B are the initials. I cannot tell you how tired I was of going to my full-time job. And because I wanted extra money, I went and worked this part-time job. It was like 4 hours in the evening, a couple nights a week, and then 1 full day on a weekend. And you guys, I love the store, but I was miserable. I was working like all the time, and my income from this part-time job, it was not where like it needed to be. Like, enough of this having 2 jobs. Like, we don't need to do this. Working as a Pinterest VA is basically the equivalency of a part-time job, but better because you can turn it into full-time income pretty quickly. So if you know what that feels like to have the 2 jobs and still not be where you want with income, I feel you. I know what that is like. Or some of you that are maybe past the freelancer mode and you're like, you know what? I'm making a few $1,000s a month, but like, how do I double it? How do I grow? Why have I been making the same amount of money for like a year or 2 now and nothing is happening? I can get you out of that. I know what's going on. We have seen so many people come into our program where they're charging a certain amount every month. They go through our program. They're like, oh, why did I not think of this? Why am I not charging rates like this or offering these services? And then their income just goes up quickly, right? So we can help you with that. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is every single stage of where you're at, we can meet you at and help you. This one I do like. If you guys are super creative and you find yourself having like these really fun hobbies, but you're like, how do I make this hobby into something that pays? You can take some of those skills and put it into your own business. If you're really creative, you can have a creative business as a PBA. As when I used to be like in design and architecture, I was super creative. I worked on like designs all the time. I was able to learn how to turn that design skill into like a graphic design skill. I don't need a graphic design degree. I figured it out, but you can play around and figure out how to make yourself have a creative business as a Pinterest VA. It doesn't have to be boring. We don't have to be super serious. We can make our business whatever we want it to be. So overall, you're like, Kristin, when are things going to be easier? I'm tired of this hustle mentality. I totally get it. We all want financial freedom. We all want to work when we want to, at a time that's good for us. We want to have vacations. We want to be with our family. We want to do all the things. I can help. We can do this. So let's figure out how to get to a full-time income without sacrificing tons and tons of hours per week and being super exhausted. So let me introduce myself and how I made money. You guys already know I'm Kristin, but here's how it started for me. I had a 9-to-5 job. I had the part-time job after work. But when I started offering Pinterest services, I was able to quit my part-time job and within a year, leave my 9-to-5 job. That's how quickly I accelerated my income. Now, my first year really wasn't like a full year. I was kind of just figuring things out. What I'm telling you now, like teaching you, it didn't exist back then. I was like the only person offering Pinterest services. I cannot find any friends online doing this. It was literally just me. But in my spare time, I managed to make like 13,000 bucks. And that was pretty good because I wasn't like doing it all the time. I had, you know, a regular life, but I was trying to figure out how do I make more money? Once I was able to walk away from my day job, I made around like 93,000 in my first year offering services, which is wild. You guys, I never would have made that at my day job. I'll be perfectly honest. It just wasn't possible. But I want you to know you can scale up to 6 figures without fancy college degree, without killing yourself. You have so many opportunities. This is Tara. Tara's amazing. She's worked with us before. We saw her go through the program. She started crushing it. We actually hired her on to be one of our coaches because she could provide such great mentoring and advice for other beginner students. She ended up going through our program, launched her own business. She was good at other things. She was one of those people that came in already as a freelancer, already making money. So once she had that combined with our program, she was scaling up. She makes 6 figures. She's amazing. And you guys, all was able to do this in a very fast amount of time. I don't know what 9 to 5 job you can have where you can go from 0 to 100 grand, like in like a year, right? Like, how does that happen? What job is that, right? So this was like amazing. She's worked with over like 100 some Pinterest clients. She's worked with clients from our community, like our client leads that we provide. She gets her own clients. She's just a powerhouse and amazing. This is Megan. She's like your total digital nomad who lives all over the world, just needs her laptop to survive. She's like the dream, right? Like if your goal is to travel, work from anywhere, do whatever you want, as long as you've got Wi-Fi and a laptop, you are good to go. She's gone on to have a highly successful management company and she is crushing it. And again, she came into our program like brand new. So anything is possible, right? Anything is possible as long as you put in some of the hustle and some of the work, but not too much hustle. We'll get to that. This is Erica. Erica's really great. She came into the program, and one thing we talk about a lot is our mindset, confidence issues. Her confidence grew so much from our program, and within a year, she was able to quit her full-time job. She is able to travel. She's got her cute pup. She does whatever she wants to do now because she has the ability to work from anywhere as a Pinterest virtual assistant. All right, so tell me in the chat, like, do you want to become a Pinterest VA? Do you already have a side hustle? Do you want to change careers? I would love to know. Okay, I am going through the chat. Ooh, a lot of you guys are here. I love it. So I just want to know, can you see yourself starting a new career, doing something new? What's holding you back? What scares you? I guarantee you, any kind of question you have, someone has asked before you. I've had over 4,000 students go through the program, and I can tell you, we have dealt with confidence, mindset, negativity, being scared. What are other people doing? We have been through all of it, right? And we're going to help you overcome any kind of negative thinking or fears or whatever you have. We're here for you. So this is also really interesting. We looked at a bunch of our students. We asked, where are they coming from? What do they need help with? This was a big thing, even inside the program. Unstable income. People's income goes up, down, up, down. It's time to get rid of that. We need stable income that is growing every single month. I'm so tired of people working really hard. Their income goes down. How do we solve this problem, right? And that's something that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Another thing we've seen with our freelancers are people who might already have their own business. Okay, they're making like $2,000 or $3,000 per month, but they're like, how do I go up? Why am I not making more money? It's like they're stuck at a certain threshold or number, and they just cannot figure out how to get to the other side, right? So we help you create packages that are going to help you scale and make more money without like working like 40 hours a week. This is another one. Income's going up, down, but see that like dotted line? That's where we're getting you. For us, it's like a gradual increase. I cannot make you $10,000 in just a month, right? It's going to go from like 1,000, 2,000, to 4,000 to 5,000. It has to go up in increments. It would be like a miracle. I don't know anyone that's been able to do like $10,000 in 1 month, brand new. You have to look at it from the perspective of you're starting a new business, you're learning new material. It's like going to college. You've got to go through your classes, you've got to study, you've got to learn it, you've got to implement it, right? Or if you go to like a new job, if you ever go to like a new job and you're like, ooh, this is really scary, should I quit or should I stay? We don't want you to feel like that. It's not going to be like that stressful. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Let's take where you are right now, whether you're at $0, $4,000, $1,000, and get you where you need to be. This is what a real business looks like, whether you're Pinterest virtual assistant, a Pinterest manager, Pinterest expert, whatever it is, we need you to go up like this in a chart, right? Slow and steady, right? So 2,000, like I said, a couple months later, you're going to be at the 4,000. You're really increasing, right? And the whole point of gradually increasing is you got to make sure you know what you're doing. You feel confident with the services you're offering. You're providing the right kind of client support. We don't want to just throw you into something and be like, good luck. No, we are going to make sure everything is very intentional with how you spend your time and how your business grows. This is what someone who's a Pinterest expert who wants to get to $10,000 a month, this is what the chart looks like for all of our people that are earning six figures. Your client revenue is growing, meaning you're making your 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is, going up. You might get to a point where you're like, I like how many clients I have, I like my income, but I think I need some help. And if you're sitting here thinking, Kristin, I haven't even started this yet, and you're telling me I might need to hire a team member, that is for way, way, way down the road. But I want to let you know there are options. You can ask for help. You can hire help. You might realize as you're offering services, you might find yourself having these clients that keep asking you over and over and over again for something really specific. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I should make a product for that. Maybe I should make some kind of Pinterest product that's going to help my clients. So now you're offering services. You have a product. You have multiple ways you are now making money. Another thing we've seen our six-figure students do is intensives. This is where you charge a really high amount and you work one-on-one with the client, maybe over the course of like 4 hours or a day or a week. And you can charge pretty much the equivalency of working with like 3 or 4 clients, but you can do this all with one client at a higher rate. All of this stuff is in our Pinterest Expert Business Academy program. It's like our highest level. But I want you to know, even if you are just starting out, this is what you can aim for. You can try to achieve this. Absolutely. I want you to know that you have possibilities. You can become a Pinterest VA, but you can grow. There's so much room for growth. I want you to see every possibility possible. Okay. So you're like, okay, Kristin, this sounds great, but how do I make this happen? Let me show you. Okay. We talked about this some. Change your mindset. You need to stop saying, oh, is this going to be too expensive? Or maybe you're putting a package together for a client and you're like, gosh, this seems like a lot of money. Is anyone going to buy this? Stop thinking like that. We have found students, again, have these mindset issues in our program in the beginning where they just are at their day job. They would never be able to make the amount that they're making as a Pinterest VA. If they make, $500 a week from their paycheck, and now they're able to charge twice that with one client, they're like, wow, is this real? Yes, it's real. It's so real. And I want you to know the biggest thing we have to do in the beginning is get rid of this whole things are too expensive. I can't charge this. I don't know if I'm worth it. You are worth it. Your services are worth it. Clients need you. There's like 30 million small businesses in the United States alone. And do you know how many are not on Pinterest? They want to be on Pinterest and they are paying really, really high rates to hire someone like you to come help them. So you guys, the opportunities are endless when it comes to working with clients. Biggest thing I don't want to see you do is undercharge for your time because that's exhausting and it'll make you sad and angry in the long run. So like I said, you cannot go from $0 to $10,000 overnight. We have to focus on long-term growth. And I want to show you what some of our packages look like to achieve this. Okay, this is your this is like the 3 things you can be. So you're going to start off as a Pinterest VA. This is your learning curve. This is where you're like, okay, I'm going through the program. I'm learning how to develop these skills. I'm learning how to like send an invoice to a client. I'm learning how to like use Pinterest from like a business mindset than like a personal mindset. As you work with a few clients, you're going to become like faster, more efficient. You're going to be able to raise your rates. That's when you transition into a Pinterest manager. So you're not a Pinterest VA for that long. Your goal is to keep moving up so you can charge higher prices for really the same packages. The cool thing is, let's say you offer a package that takes you in the beginning 8 hours to do. That might be equal to like 1 day or maybe like 2 afternoons, whatever. Let me tell you, we see this all the time. After you worked with a few clients, whatever took you 8 hours before, after the first few clients, you can now do that same job skill for like half the time, for 4 hours. And the great thing is you're raising your rate. So now you're actually pocketing a lot more money than you did as a PVA. As a PVA, you're a beginner, you're an assistant, you're just getting started, okay? You got to put in a little bit of time in the beginning to like reap the rewards as you go on. After you're doing stuff like Pinterest management, you're really learning like what your clients want. You're getting really creative about like maybe there's a product you could offer or this intensive or new service. That's like how you shift to become a Pinterest expert. We see people charging really, really high dollar amounts as a Pinterest expert, and they're getting it. There are clients out there that are making a ton of money that want you to come in, do everything for them because they don't have time for it. And they are more than happy to pay you to do these services. So this page is really important. Okay. This is about what are you actually offering? I think my phone or my watch is talking to me. Okay. What do you want to offer clients? And this is a big transition that we have made probably in the past year. There are individual services you can offer to a client. These are not all of them. I'm showing you a handful, okay? You can offer services like a Pinterest account audit, where you go onto their Pinterest profile and you look, okay, do they have a bio? Do they have boards? Do they have pins? All these things. It's more detailed than that, but that's like, generalizing it. You can do setting up their account. Maybe like they've never been on Pinterest. You can get paid to set up their account. Maybe you're trying to do some research for them. Maybe, you want to do some promoted pins. Promoted pins are like the equivalency of doing like a Facebook ad, but you're just doing a promoted pin on Pinterest. Maybe you're doing individual services, which we call a la carte to generalize, but you guys, there's more than 8 services you can offer. There's like dozens and dozens that get like super niche specific, really creative and custom. This is fine. As a beginner Pinterest VA, in the past, people have offered these individualized services, but you want to like think bigger than this, okay? Stop offering these individual services. We want to see you offering a package rate. A package rate is where we take mix and match of these services and turn them into like one big package rate where you can charge a higher dollar amount from the get-go, right? With each service, you can expand to set these higher prices. So you might want to put together 2 of these. Maybe each one pays $400. Well, do you want to make $400 with 2 clients? Or would you rather put 2 of these services together and make $800? I would rather make $800. So this is the big thing. We want you to have higher packages. Higher packages, it's a higher dollar amount. You are going to find a better client at a higher dollar amount. We found in the past clients that have very tight, small budgets are usually the most demanding and difficult to work with. Clients that will pay a higher rate are usually a lot more easygoing and chill. Those are our dream clients. Those are the clients we want to work with. And let me show you some more examples of this. Inside PVA or Become a Pinterest VA today, we talk about 2 really great options to run your business. We have a flat rate package over here, and we have a custom client budget package over here. You can offer one or the other. You can offer both, completely up to you. The great thing is we give you guidelines on each, so you can run the business however you want to. I don't want to tell you exactly how to do things and try to micromanage how you operate. I want you to have as many options that I know are feasible and that work really well or give you the best bang for your buck. Flat rate package. This, like I said, you include multiple Pinterest skills into one package rate. And again, you should pick skills you actually like to do. All these services right here, you might find as you go through the program, you might only like half of these. And you don't have to worry that you're only liking half because each one can pay a lot of money. You might realize you only want to offer one of these services, right? And you're going to turn it into some kind of higher package rate, right? You do not have to offer every service under the sun. I want to teach you as many of them as I can. But from there, that's when you decide what you really like to do. I want you to have the knowledge and information, and then you take it in whatever direction you want to. Okay, the biggest thing is please enjoy doing what you do. I'll be sad if you're offering services and you're like, ugh, I hate this. I don't want you to ever be like that. I want you to really, really like what you do. The cool thing about flat rate packages, this is so important. This package rate is not negotiable. It is what it is. A potential client sees the package you offer and they say, you know what, I'm going to buy it, or no, I'm not. That's it. It is your pricing. So let's say you offer a flat rate package for $900. A client can be like, well, you know, I'll take it. If they want to come back at you for a lower rate, sorry, you don't do that. This is your pricing. This is how much like you're valuing what this is worth. Very, very simple business model and very, very effective. Okay. Now, on the other side of things, we have like a client custom budget package. Budget does not mean cheap. Okay. It just means this is like the parameter of what they can afford to pay. And do you want to choose to work in that parameter or not? So, right, client has a budget and you determine what services you can provide or modify to fit that need. So if a client can't afford your rate, but they want to work with you, you can come back and say, you know what, I can reduce my rate to what you would like to pay, but I'm not going to give you every single skill set. And I'm not going to do it. You're going to have to deduct some of those services. And I want to show you a really good example of this. This is a little harder to read because there's a lot of information on it. Basically, what I'm showing you is a flat rate package. And let's say this costs X dollars. Okay. Maybe the client on the right comes along and says, hey, I love this account setup, but my budget's less than this. Can you still work with me? And you'll say, sure, I'd love to work with you if that's what you want to do. And you just say, well, I'd love to work with you. I can meet that budget. Here is what I can give you. And you just don't give them every single option. You cannot work for free. Let me repeat, do not do work for free. We don't do that. You just modify to meet their budget, okay? You just deduct things out to save yourself time and to work with them, right? Two very different approaches. Flat rate on the left, non-negotiable. The one on the right, negotiable, but to your liking, okay? So this is like the key difference that we talk about inside the program. Now, I'm curious, how much do you think a package should cost? How much time do you think you should spend on working on a package? Now, they're all gonna vary. Let me go back. It's gonna vary. But again, I don't want you charging like $200 for this, $300 for that. We don't have time for that. We wanna work with the least amount of clients for the highest amount of pay, okay? So let's say the package on the left is $1,000. Perfect. 2 clients a month is $2,000. That's all you need. Now, the client on the right, if they come back and say, hey, my budget's $750, what can you do? Say, cool, that works. And then you just, again, cross off a few things because you're not going to give them everything at that price level, right? You're just going to deduct from it. So you are going to have the $750 price versus the $1,000 price. Now, let's talk about your time, okay? How long in real life, or like, you know, right now, does it take you to make $1,000? If this is your very first client and you aren't sure exactly how to do all these things, we should teach you how to do all this in the program. You can refer to it. It might take you 8 hours of your time to complete this. And let me ask you, at your day job, can you make $1,000 in 8 hours? Chances are probably not, right? Most of us cannot make $1,000 in a workday. But as a Pinterest VA, Pinterest virtual assistant, you can make $1,000 all the time because we charge these big packages, right? Very easy. Now, here's the cool thing. That's as a Pinterest VA. As you shift to a Pinterest manager, because you're more efficient, you're saving time, you're doing all these things, you can like realistically get this done in 4 hours. So that comes out to like $250 an hour. And if you're making that at your day job, awesome. But as a Pinterest VA and a Pinterest manager, you can do these kinds of rates all day long. Very, very amazing. So here's a couple more examples. Let's say your goal is $8,000 a month. You want to make $8,000. Well, you could have 8 clients. You could make $1,000 off of each one. Maybe you have a higher package, right? Maybe their package is $2,000. These are all realistic time spent working with your client. Now, I'd love to know, like, what's your goal? Do you want to make $2,000 a month? Do you want to scale to $10,000? Like, it is up to you. Some people start off saying, oh, I just want to do this as a side hustle. Any money's good money. And then as they get into like the thick of it, they're like, ooh, this is really good money. I want to do this more. So it's really up to you how invested you want to be for your salary and for your income. So hopefully, going back to this chart, you understand how like easy and quick it is to scale from $0 to $2,000 a month starting out as a Pinterest VA, and how you can work your way up. I mean, you guys, $10,000 a month, that's 40 hours as like a Pinterest manager you're spending. That's like my old day job was 40 hours a week. I was not making $10,000 in a week. That would have been amazing, right? But you need to change your perspective. You need to change like how you think about things, how you work online, this new type of service offering. You know, there's been like social media managers out there. There's Facebook ads people out there. Pinterest is out there as well. This is a very lucrative niche, right? Been doing this since 2016. I've seen a lot. This is very, very realistic. Okay, the next thing I want to show you. Oh, let me show you the program. That'll be super, super fun. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to stop showing this, and then I'm going to check the chat box for a minute. Looks like we're having some good conversations. I love it. Let me show you. Do you guys want to see inside the program? I'll show you like a sneak peek because it looks really good. Okay, I'm going to turn my screen share on. I'm going to show you this. Ooh, here we go. Okay. This is what it looks like when you join and log into the program your first time. So you're going to have a whole big welcome area here. That's where you start. And then from there, you kind of just go in like chronological order. You just go across these 3, then you go to the next 3, and so on and so on. Now we're going to give you recommendations. We have our whole mindset series. That's with my wellness coach. You guys, I used to struggle with confidence like for like 2 years. I went through this thing of like thinking like, you know, negative thoughts. Everyone's so much further ahead of me in life. Like all these things were transitioning from real life into work life. And I was just like, I had to change like the rewiring of my brain and how I think about things. And I realized in this program, our students have a lot of the same thoughts that like I used to have. So I brought in my wellness coach. We did a whole series about how to overcome like objections and fears and scary thoughts. So that's really, really good. That's in our mindset series. I teach you what it's like to work with a client from like start to finish. How to find land clients. I'm not going to just say, hey, come join our program and then like, good luck, right? We teach you, here's how you find and land clients. Like I show you, these are the best places. Like here's where clients are. These are like good clients. These are bad clients. Like stay away from these people because like they don't pay. Go towards these people. We have a Pitch 60 challenge as one of our bonuses when you enroll. This is where I teach you how to like, almost like a rapid fire. Like if you want to get your business off the ground really fast, or maybe you've already a Pinterest VA, but you need to like reset and like relaunch or something, this challenge is for you. It's really good. And it's like, let's get you going and get you some clients. Okay. Other things we have. Okay, once you like land a client, you're like, what do I do? I teach you how to work with clients. We have all these templates, workbooks, guides. I give you everything you need to be successful. Even if you don't feel confident, your clients are going to feel confident hiring you because you have all these things. So like we give you this actual workbook where you contact your client, you go through and you fill out all this information. So you know, like you look like a pro, like right away to your client, even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, right? We give you every single tool. We teach you how to write invoices, deliver results, all the things, so you can feel really confident. Like the last thing we want you to do is work with a client and just be stressed out and not sure. Everything I'm giving you is designed to help you be efficient, work like smarter. I don't want you like killing yourself. This is like everything right here. We talk about different price rates, talk about different service packages. In here in the Pinterest skill sets, again, I go over a few different services you can offer. We have a lot more than this that are in here as well. But we have tons of things for you to learn. After you go through the Pinterest skill sets and you're like, okay, I think I'm interested in this, this, and this. We have all the matching schools that teach you all of the training and how to do things. So maybe you're interested in graphics and you want to design pins and do all that kind of stuff. Guess what? We have all of that information in here for you that we're going to teach you how to do. Let's see. What else do I have for you? Let me look. See if I can share. Let's see. Let me turn my screen share back on because I have a couple other things I want to show you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So all of this like darker pinkish blush color, whatever color this is, that's become a Pinterest VA today. When you join Pinterest Manager Academy, which is like tier 2, level 2, you get all of that plus all these. Look at the guys. This is a lot of information. We have worked so hard on this for you. But when you join Pinterest Manager Academy, which is right here, then you get like more additional schools. What's really cool about this is these are higher paying services, this higher level in general. And we're going to teach you how to do all this so you have even more opportunities for your clients. Our last tier, like tier 3, our highest level, is like this gold color. That's Pinterest Expert Business Academy. I can't really show you what's in here because it's kind of private, but it's really awesome, I promise. That is where I teach you about digital products. I teach you about having your intensives, teach you about all kinds of ways to level up to that $10,000 level, which is really cool. So I showed you that. And then the last thing I want to go ahead and show you, let me pull it up. Hope are you guys enjoying this? Because I feel like I've talked so much, but there's just so much I want to share with you. Okay, let me go ahead and put my screen share back on. So the sales page, which you guys should have a link to it. This is really important for really understanding the differences between all 3 programs. So we opened up enrollment. I'm really excited. We haven't opened it in like months and months and months. We do it a couple times a year. So I'm super excited. Definitely check out some of these testimonials. Like Tammy, she's awesome. She travels around with her husband in an RV and she works like as a Pinterest VA, which is so cool. So a couple of reminders, like we teach you how to launch your business. Again, all that client training I just showed you, all the tech training schools, all the services to offer, how to work less, which is like everyone's goal, am I right? Victoria is really cool. She used to be like some kind of medical, it's not like a radio technician, some kind of technician. I know it starts with an R, I can't remember, but she quit her job. She does this full time now. Through here, I want to show you, there's 3 options kind of laid out again. And this is really great to figure out where do you belong. I would say the majority of people will thrive in Pinterest Manager Academy. That's because you get all the program material plus the community. The community is where I am, my team, other students. You get access to all of our client leads, additional training. It's jam-packed. Go through that. We have tons of bonuses. You guys, if you know me, I don't do fluff. I don't have time for that. If I'm going to give you a bonus, it's going to be something you're really going to use. Let's say you start working with a client, you agree to a dollar amount. If it's like a custom client, and you're like, okay, now what? Here's a contract for you. It was written by our lawyer. You go ahead and like fill it in, give it to your client, they sign, all good, right? So we've got this for you. It's an official contract. I showed you in the course. We've got the Pitch 60 Challenge, idea pins. If you don't know what those are, basically on Pinterest, they are like the pins you see that have like a lot more video and action in them. You guys, we are so up to date in this program with everything you would ever need to know. Like this is huge, this idea pin training. This one is really great too. Let's say you love pin design and you want to create graphics for your client, but you're like, I'm still kind of new. I don't really know how to do that. This is like a way to accelerate the skill. I don't want you to feel like you can't offer a service because you're not 100% confident about it. You offer it anyway. Come into the community. We can like give you feedback and like help you like progress, right? With this, it's our mix and match. So you get like 150 pin templates, which is insane. You can use them over and over and over and over again, every single client. Basically, we've made the pins for you. Now, if you're already like crafty and creative and you want to make your own pins, you should. But if you just want a way to like jump in line, so to speak, use these pin templates. You literally put in like your client's logo, their brand colors, their font, a picture, donezo. It is so easy. This is a special bonus we're doing when you pay in full for any of the different levels. That's really cool. Now, starting next week, which is crazy, until the end of December, we have 6 dedicated program trainings. This is where I go into the program. I really hone in on a certain section. Afterwards, you guys can ask like questions and we follow up with responses. This is to make sure you feel super confident about every single like part of the program. But you guys, you could have clients within like the next month and be making money in the next month. This is just our way of going through to keep you like on track. We found that students that are already in the program usually come and watch this because they want to like refresh their mind on like how to do things. So this is really, really good. And of course, they each come with replays as well. All right. Make sure you go through each of these programs. Become a Pinterest VA today is level 1. Pinterest Manager Academy is level 2. And then we've got the Expert Business Academy is level 3. Level 3 is like if you want one-on-one feedback, coaching, strategy calls, digital products, intensives, you're a level 3. So I would say most people fall into the level 2 category because they want access to our client leads, our community. What I love that we've never done before, and we've been doing this since 2016, is we now have monthly payments at $199. And you can get all of this information for $199. We don't hold anything back. It's yours for the taking. But it's a great, accessible way and inclusive way for you to enroll in our program at like a really, really affordable rate. And then of course, Jessica, I think she has it. If you want to pay in full, which a lot of people also do, there's a special 10% off coupon code that you can use as well to save money. Because hey, we all love to save money and get bonuses. Am I right? So go through that. All you have to do is click on the little box that's like on your side of the screen, and then you can go check it out. Okay, woo, I talked so much. Let's go ahead and answer some questions. All right, Jessica, Okay, Marlene says, can you sign up for tier 1 and then decide to sign up for the higher tiers? Yes, so like I said, most people fit into Pinterest Manager Academy right away because they want the access to all the different things. And one thing I didn't share with you that I think you guys will really benefit from is, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Is we have this really nifty income tracker. It's interactive, you guys. I love it. When you get into the sales page, predict like not your immediate income goal. Like maybe your goal is, I want to make $1,000 in the next couple months. Okay, cool. But do you need to be dreaming bigger? If your goal is to make like 3,000 or 4,000, I wouldn't go to become a Pinterest VA today. I would join Pinterest Manager Academy and just start from the beginning and have everything at your disposal. So like if your goal is 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month, you you're independent, you want to self-study, you don't want the community, you don't want help, this one is perfect for you, okay? If you realize from the beginning, I want client leads, I want additional help, I want to ask my fellow peers what they're doing. If you want lots of additional training, all that kind of stuff, Pinterest Manager Academy is where you need to be. And if you know, you're like, in a year from now, I am changing my life, I am changing my career, I want to be doing this full time, that's when you need to come into Pinterest Expert Business Academy. So come in here, play around with what you need. It's really, really good. So yes, you can, we do give you the option to upgrade to Pinterest Manager Academy if you choose to. We teach you how to do that inside the program. But in terms of joining Pinterest Expert Business Academy, that's more limited in how many people we let in, because we want to make sure we're providing like the best one-on-one service possible. So that is a different way to join. So, but yes, you can upgrade to Pinterest Manager Academy anytime you want. Okay, let's see. Someone wants to know, what else do I need to take this program? So you definitely need to have a laptop. We've had people try to do this on an iPad and it just doesn't work. You can read the program, the material, everything, but when you actually take action and do work, you need a laptop, you need reliable Wi-Fi. After that, you're pretty good to go. We do have optional things like Canva and Tailwind. That's where we like design pins and schedule pins. They're optional. If you're not offering those services, you don't need them. They both have a free trial. Canva definitely has a free program. We use like the Canva Pro version where it's like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 bucks a month, but you can build all that into what you charge your clients. Like you don't actually need to be paying for that yourself. That's something you would charge your client for. Okay. Someone said, do I have to do any cold calling for clients? Oh my gosh, no. Do not pick up that phone. Never cold call. If you want to work with clients, typically everything's done via email. You might have some Zooms, but for the most part, you can do like everything via email. Most of my clients were done via email. As you go to like a higher offering where you're doing like an intensive or maybe a coaching call or something like that, Zoom face-to-face is really, really good. But no, like I am not calling anybody. Like that's not going to happen like ever. Okay, what other questions do we have? How do I find clients? So yeah, inside the program, we have lots of ways you can find clients. We have 4 specific places we have you search. Client leads, we tell you like where are clients hanging out, what kind of clients to look for, how to determine if they even have any money. Like we don't want to work with a client that has no money because how are they going to pay you? So we definitely share with you the best places to find clients. Okay. When does the program start? Okay, so you have 24/7 access to the program. There's no like official start date. It's go at your own pace. So you can log in anytime you want. When you log out and come back in, it tells you like what you've already completed, but there's no like official start date. You just go when you want to go. Okay. Do I have to work at a certain time of day with clients? No. So this is what makes Pinterest really stand out versus other platforms. If you're familiar with like social media managers, they'll manage like a Facebook account, Instagram account, Twitter account. Those are very like time sensitive. If someone posts a comment, you got to hurry up and respond. Someone has a DM question, you got to hurry up and respond. Pinterest is not time sensitive. It never has been. Doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. You get to do your work. You give it to your clients. Does not matter. That's why I think people love it so much. And why I loved it was because I could do it, you know, in the evenings, on a weekend, in the morning, do whatever you want. So it's really, this is why people like it, is because it's just flexible. Like if you have kids and you can only work like while your kids are napping, or maybe they're at like preschool or something, that's when you can work. It does not matter. Nothing is time sensitive. What kind of clients do I work with? Okay. So for a long time, we've kind of called our clients like the 3 Bs: businesses, brands, bloggers. I don't think that's like necessarily all the clients anymore. We're seeing a good amount of people starting to work with influencers, people that produce video content, YouTubers, people that maybe have a podcast but want to go become visual, bloggers that have been around for a long time that want to transition to video. All of these people are really good clients. I mean, you can work with like a very like specific niche if you want to. You can be very open-minded and like broad. I personally worked with like a ton of clients. I like being really diverse. I wanted to be with a lot of people. But we have some clients that like hone in on a specific like target market and they stay like in that zone, but it's totally up to you. All right. I think I've answered most of the questions that have come in. I'll leave this on for another minute before we hop off, but I'm so excited that we got this done in like under an hour. That was my goal. So I love being able to chat with everybody, answer your questions. Don't forget to use that special promo code that we have. It's going to save you basically like $100, $200, or $400, which is insane. We love being able to provide you that because I know how valuable it is to save money. Is there a job description for each level? Is there a difference between a PVA and a Pinterest account manager? Yeah, so we kind of talked on this earlier. Pinterest VA is like you're kind of a newbie. You're learning like what services to offer, how much to charge. As a Pinterest manager, you really transition over to a manager after a few clients. Like you've gotten them results, you've like accelerated at how quickly you get something done. You're more in like a managing position. So as a PVA, a lot of times a client might just say, I need help with this, this, and this. But as a manager, you're like in charge and you're kind of telling them what they need to do, right? So there's a pay difference. Perfect example would be at my like first job out of college, I was an assistant. I was like a design architect assistant to like the principals. So my first year, my job was assisting them. I made like entry-level salary, and basically everything I did was to help them. Now, after like a few years, my job role changed and I moved up to like senior designer, interior architect, or whatever. So I had to kind of put that time in the beginning at like a lower level, learn everything, and then I was able to like raise my rates or like get a higher salary. The cool thing about a PVA and a Pinterest manager is like you can raise your rates and like with every single client. At my old traditional job, you know, it took a few years of like salary growth. You know, when I said I made like $100,000 almost my first year, there's no way I ever would have made that at my day job. So that's the really cool thing is you can command your own rates, your own, how much like packages you want to charge. You can raise your rates after the first client, third client, fifth client. Just keep raising them until you get too many no's. And then you've kind of found your sweet spot. All right. Let's see if we have any other questions before we hop off. Lacey said, what's the best analytics to judge the results you're getting clients? We have a whole section on this inside the program on how to deliver results to a client. We give you this analytics workbook. We tell you what to look for in Pinterest, if they're using like another third-party platform like Tailwind, and we tell you exactly what to look for, what kind of screenshots to take, and what information to report back to with your client if you are offering a service that involves getting them like analytical data. But yeah, we go over all that, Lisa. You'll be good. All right. Well, this was so much fun. If you guys have any questions, you email us at support@pinterestva.com. I'm there. The team is there. Amazing team. And we're all made up of Pinterest VAs and managers, alumni of the program. So we have like all the bases covered to help you. I want to thank you guys so much, and I will see you again. And of course, reach out if you have questions. We are always happy to help. Bye, guys.